All right, we are just casting off of Beasley Flat. Right now, we have been pinned down for, about 3 weeks. I got to the point where I just felt like it was pointless to continue recording. And we are now, believe it or not, on day 46. I think it'll be about 2 months by the time I'm at the takeout. We're at the pre-falls, and I have to do the one-legged portage. So if you see me unstable and falling on the last time, I was off balance because I'm in a ton of knee braces, and believe it or not, it was the knee pads. The knee pads had a hard plastic edge, and when I went down on it, it slammed into the side of my knee, and I am like hurt from the knee pad. This happened a little while ago, but it's really bad. So this is going to take a while. So I am at the pre-fall. I'm going to go ahead and portage this for a number of reasons that have compounded. One, my knee is no good right now. Two, there's a recirculating hydraulic at the bottom, and we've always had someone with a throw rope off to the side, and I think that's reasonable for what this is right now. But any of you that done this river know that the problem is right around this bend is the falls. And that's my big objection, because if I lose track of the board and I can't get it together before then, it's just too many factors. Darn, I thought I had that. I felt like I was very stable. I'm not sure if I gave up on it on the drop there or what. Just want to mention we're in an eagle closure area. If you're going to do a trip like this, leave no trace, and respecting those rules on any big river is really important for the preservation of the ecosystems. I actually ran into the 2 river rangers from the Coconino a few months ago on this stretch. Talked to them about what it was like to get out here to scout, and if I'm scouting, to put that camera, things like that. And they said they want people to be safe, and to not scout the pre-fall in the fall would result in a situation that the Forest Service doesn't want to be involved in, which is people potentially getting hurt. So we get out, we look, we make little impact, and we move on. We're still in the closure area, and we will be all the way past Palisades. So we'll just stay on the water now for a while and keep on going. We're coming up on what I feel is one of the hardest twos on this stretch, at least from a board perspective. Palisades just has a big angular wave at the bottom, and it can be pretty hard to absorb on the board. So I just scouted Punk Rock or Turkey Gobbler, both are the name, is, I feel, the hardest 3 and the hardest rapid other than the falls and the pre-falls on this run, mostly because you get slammed into Punk Rock. My goal is, if I go down, I want to go left of it, and that's where I want the board to flush, not into that little recirculating thing behind it. I just want to be flushed into that eddy if this doesn't work. So the main goal is just, if I go down, get left of the rock. Nice to be moving again after 3 weeks of filming floods. We're just above Gap Creek, so we're going to spend the night here and then tomorrow shoot for Child's Campground. Well, we're pretty good now. Got everything set up here. Got everything drying up there. So all is good. Time to chill. Even got the night stuff prepped, so. All right, day 47. Water is dropping pretty quick. We're down to about 700 now. We were riding yesterday at about 8 to 1,000. You can see my water marking stick here has gone down. The river's gone down. Knee is still hurting, but it's doing a little better. So, see how the day goes. So now we come to Big Pink, Black Hole, White Flash. The Verde Hot Springs, and I will have it most likely to myself, and we're going to talk about that in a second, but this is seriously going to be bizarre. Here we are at the crazy Verde Hot Springs. So, not many people are ever going to do what I'm doing right now, because this place is always got people here, and a lot of times some strange people, which can be good, but right now the Forest Service has shut all of the roads that would provide access here, as well as to Childs. They left the campground open, so I can stay there tonight. But basically, I have this whole Childs area to myself, and you know, it takes like reservations and all of this hoopla to get into Fossil and to get into these places, and then there's always tons of people, and so to be here alone is pretty crazy. Look at how high the flood water was. This is flood debris from the flood that just came through. Look how high we are right now above the river. So basically the hot spring was inundated with water up here. There was a resort, believe it or not, that was down in here sometime in the 50s, I believe. Beautiful globe mallow here. And it basically closed, and nothing's else been built since. It's U.S. Forest Service land, obviously, and so no permissions were ever given again. But at some point, about 70 years ago, there was, for a brief time, a resort, believe it or not, down in here. Look at all the flowers in the back. And so we see all this power infrastructure, power poles, lines, and you think, man, this is supposed to be remote, and sure, got all these power lines everywhere. And so we're going to talk about that, but believe it or not, two major power plants that were primary source of power, as we were talking about earlier, if you remember when we went past Tapco in that Clarkdale area, that there were two other power plants that were quintessential to generating power for the state back in the front half of the 1900s. And so both the Childs power plant and also another one at Fossil Creek were just up ahead, and we're going to talk about them when we get there, hydroelectric plants. So, but really amazed that the water was able to come up over this staircase here. Unbelievable.